everyone, and welcome to Wescott's update on environmental, social, and governance investing, otherwise known as ESG investing. My name's Carrie Delgott, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Wescott, and I'm pleased to be here with Mark McCarron, our Chief Investment Officer. Welcome, Mark.
Happy to be here.
Mark, I'm finding the topic of ESG investing coming up in conversations more and more with our clients, our prospects, and even in my social circles. And while it's not a new concept, I think about 15 years old, doesn't seem to be a really good understanding of this investment strategy. I also think that the nomenclature adds to the confusion. We hear terms like sustainable investing, impact investing, values-based investing, responsible investing. Can you give us a brief overview of what ESG investing really means and maybe provide us with some clarity around the terminology?
Yeah, Carrie, you make a good point. This is not a new concept, but because of the shift and increase in investor interest and the availability of data information on topics such as fossil fuel emissions and carbon footprint and water use, and even some of the social and governance data that are available out there, such as workplace diversity and other things, with this information readily available, investors are now able to measure things like the environmental impact of the investments that they make. And as a result, they can make decisions on where they want to invest their dollars. So, in terms of terminology, I agree it can be very confusing because there's a lot of overlap in the intentions behind each term you used, yet each one has a very or slightly different emphasis. I've also witnessed evolution in the industry over the last 15 years, from socially responsible investing to impact investing. And on this slide, we show the continuum, but it's really a screening approach to exclude some companies that fail to meet certain criteria on one side, to a very active approach of only investing in companies whose business models make a specific impact in certain area, for example, green energy. So in terms of ESG, we see this as a more detailed description of responsible investing. 15 years ago, the screens in portfolios that included exclusions were like exclusion of South Africa, Russia, Sudan, or Syria, and these were for social reasons. But today, ESG investing incorporates environmental and governance issues into the original SRI, or socially responsible investing framework.
So you mentioned screening methods and active approaches that only include certain companies that meet criteria, but from what I've read and what we've discussed in our investment management committee meetings, there really isn't a universal set of standards to define ESG investing. So as an investor, how do I know if an investment offering falls into an ESG category? Or am I simply dependent on branding? And maybe to take it a little bit further, what standards do we use in developing Wescott's ESG plus impact solution?
Yeah, what you're describing is one of the most difficult aspects of delivering a solution like this to our clients. With the increasing interest in the space and honestly the strong returns associated with these strategies that are incorporating ESG perspectives, there are many investment managers out there trying to promote their brand of ESG. The problem with that is that one client's goals and objectives are often quite different from the other. So, in our solution, first, we recognize the need to address the unique goals of our clients in this area. And as part of the solution, we're offering a separately managed account that can be customized, to meet very specific themes, whether these just fall along the environmental or the social or the governance framework. But importantly, the client has a say in what the account looks like and how it's positioned. And we can offer this customized portfolio for US and non-US equity components of the portfolio. So in this way, the client, again, working alongside their Wescott advisor, have the power to make the portfolio unique and tailored to them and better align it with their values. And that's really important And an important differentiator, I think, in any solution is that it's unique and customized to our clients.
And that makes perfect sense, given every investor is different. So let's dive a little bit deeper into Wescott's ESG plus impact offering and how it aligns with our investment philosophy and our long-term strategy as a firm.
Well, on this slide, we're just highlighting just some of the key characteristics of our offering. Wescott has a strong track record of adding value for clients in both the financial advice and the investment strategy components of what we do. But critical to that success is a disciplined and well-constructed portfolio, that considers both the investment opportunities out there and the potential risks. I think Wescott's always been very thoughtful to ensure portfolios are well diversified and balanced, and we apply those same tenets to our ESG plus impact solutions. For example, we not only work with each client to define a custom portfolio that meets their needs, but we're also conscious of the fact that if one were to exclude large parts of the market, for example, as a consequence of a particular theme, the integrity of the financial plan as a whole may be at risk. So I see our solution as a compromise, really, with our clients. We're in it together. We can construct a portfolio that's very customized, but we apply Wescott's portfolio management discipline to ensure that we maintain that important balance to keep the financial plan intact. And the final thing I would say is that by incorporating ESG analysis, we, along with the managers we use, looking for ways to invest in companies who are leaders in their industries, better anticipating risk, meet positive standards of corporate responsibility, and focus on the long term, we think those are pretty critical in the long-term success of any investment strategy.
And, as you know, Mark, the ESG offering that we have really did play a pivotal role in Wescott achieving its B Corp certification last year. For those who are unfamiliar, certified B corporations are for-profit companies that use their power, the power of business, to build a more inclusive, a more sustainable economy. And in order to qualify, we needed to meet the high standards that are set by the B Lab organization on both social and environmental performance. So our commitment to a high quality and robust ESG plus impact investment offering and all of the associated education we do in this space was certainly a critical element in being designated a B Corp. So I really would like to thank you and the broader investment committee members in helping to set us up for success with achieving this really significant accomplishment.
Well, I think these are exciting times. There's great things happening in the world of ESG investing, and there's a growing interest from our clients, I know that, in using their wealth to make an impact. So we see this as a great opportunity to deliver this customized solution and ultimately to meet our clients' unique goals.
Thanks, Mark. It was a really great overview. Just the tip of the iceberg as it relates to this topic. And given ESG investing is such a personal and customizable investment strategy, as you've described, if any of our listeners would like to learn more about Wescott's ESG plus impact solution, please feel free to reach out to Mark or your advisor. Thank you.
Thank you.